In December, I showed a micro seasonality chart that a lot of people found very interesting, which showed that we would see some weakness in the middle part of December, and that really pretty much panned out. We then did not see a Santa Claus rally now for 2 years in a row, and that kind of brings home the point that I keep talking about. These seasonality patterns, they work really well in bull markets, but they don't work very well when things start to get choppy. Now for January, here's the updated chart for the month of January. So this is basically 30 years of data. And what I did here is I took the seasonality from early January through the end of January for the S&P 500, the SPY. And what you can see here is really kind of what also typically January looks like, which is a month, a number of weeks where the market tries to figure out, its personality. I mentioned this the other day in a video. This is more granular now though, and it shows this in a much more obvious fashion, where January can see a lot of swings, meaning to the upside and to the downside, and they can be vicious as fund flows dictate, headlines this year particularly. I think we're going to have a lot of headlines, and it really fits right into this story or this theme that I have for this year, which is to say that I think we're going to have a year for the trader. We buy low, we sell high. There's a lot of opportunities to go long a lot of things, but also a lot of opportunity to go short a lot of things, which is not a situation we've had now for quite some time. And I think a lot of people are going to find this difficult unless they really truly learn how to actually trade. And so what I could see though this year, as much as this is essentially a flat month with a lot of swings, I could see this be a wider range than we've seen for some time. So the range here is literally like, 1% or maybe 1.5% of a range for the year, which I find for the month, which I find extremely narrow. I could easily see this be, 5 to 10x that, or at least 5x is entirely possible. We could see some pretty good swings here in January. So again, it sets up, I think, for great trading opportunities that are very near term, be that in the indices, some individual stocks, plenty of ETFs. But also it is at the same time a good time to kind of start watching the market and seeing if there's bigger picture portfolio moves that need to be made. But that's the micro seasonality for January for the past 30 years. Hope it helps. We'll see you again in the next video.